much for your time. Big game this weekend against SuperSport United. How's the feeling in camp ahead of the match?
Yeah, I think the mood is really good, positive and upbeat. We've been very competitive in the cup competitions of late, so and obviously having won a cup competition this season, I think gives the players just that extra motivation and desire to again, try and get ourselves into the next round. So yeah, preparation's gone well. A couple of days off after Saturday's match, and full focus ahead for Saturday's match against SuperSport.
Thank you, Coach. Take questions from the floor.
Coach, just obviously this tournament was penalties away from being in the final last season, but now you're going into this one with a trophy in the cabinet. But is that hunger to do well in this one still as much as you feel it like last year after Sekhukhune?
Yeah, I do think so, Rob. I think the players, once you get that initial success, there's either two responses. It satisfies your desire to win a trophy and you feel that you've done the job, or conversely, it can satisfy the hunger to actually want to win more. And I think just the joy and the recognition and, getting a trophy and getting medals and all the accolades that go with it, I think was a special time for the club and for the players in particular. So I believe that sort of feeling that they had during the Carling Cup run and then obviously winning it, I think has inspired them to chase more trophies. So I believe that that's also given us belief and confidence that we can get into the far end of tournaments of cup competitions. So yeah, I think all that in all is really created that desire and motivation to see if we can't get another trophy this season.
Questions?
Coach, we are facing SuperSport after you got another game against Cocoon. So your preparations are also from, because I see a lot of youngsters and I see you believe with the youngsters guys. And after you win Kaizer Chiefs, so how they came the guys, the spirit, and then the game against Cocoon?
Yeah, I think we are sort of a small squad in terms of our numbers. So I think the positive part of that is everybody has and is playing an important role. It's not like some players are not ever in the team or not starting or not even making the squad. So I think everybody has played a big, massive role in the club's success. We normally used to playing 30 league games and some cup games. I think by the end of the season we'd have played 40 plus more games. So everybody's contributing and everybody's feeling a big part of the team, and I think that's brought the team togetherness and unity. And obviously coming off 3 games in a week, we've got SuperSport and then away to Sekhukhune and away to Galaxy. I think just the management of the team and the squad and just making the right decisions in terms of who starts and who comes on for each and every game is a challenge for us. But at the same time, it's a positive in that all the players are going to have to play a massive role, especially in a week like next week where we play the 3 matches. But the other thing is that I think what we do well is we just concentrate on the next match. The league is a separate competition, so our full focus is only on Saturday to get ourselves into the next round. And then after Saturday's match, we'll just assess where we are. And then prepare for 2 tough away games within the space of 4 days.
Coach, this past year, you obviously lost a lot of players. You've made some interesting recruitments where on paper people will see players coming from relegated teams, but you've managed to somehow give them that full turn into winners. But the 3 guys who were relegated have all suddenly got silverware a couple of months later. How difficult was it to, first of all, was it good scouting? What was it that got those guys in and got them straight into the system as fast as they did?
Yeah, I do think it's just, without laboring the point, I think our sort of recruitment department has been really superb. I mean, the ability to have replaced the quality that we lost in Mendieta and Mtetwa, just to name a few. And then to bring in players like Moloswani and Janino Palace, and although he played a short but important role, Macheke, To obviously bring players like that, Toure, as you say, with Marumo, who got relegated. So I think the recruitment has been really good, and that allows the players to sort of seamlessly integrate into the squad. But yeah, we must not forget that the first 7-8 games wasn't easy. It was a little bit of a sort of turnaround and just finding our feet with the number of changes we had, which then culminated in the loss to Sundowns away. We needed to find answers very quickly, of which we did. And since then, obviously, a really good run, unbeaten, since that loss against Sundowns, which was over 6 months ago. So I think what happened was we found the right sort of combinations and the right sort of way to play with the players we had, and that we knew a lot better after sort of 6-7 games than at the beginning of the season. So good recruitment was key, and well done to our department for that.
Maybe likewise with the guys who've come up. We spoke to Devon. Obviously, your Diski boys led the way when it came to winning things, and just bringing that mentality into the first team. And obviously, as many of them have come in as have.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said earlier, when you win a cup and you get that success and that feeling of winning and the belief that goes with it, I think a lot of that also comes from our Diski players who won the league and then actually won the next gen tournament. All of them, Atten Corsi, Mervyn, Devon, Jaden, Antonio, Liam, Carl, is having won something and knowing what it takes to win things and to have that ability to play consistently well. So you can't win leagues if you don't play consistently well. I think that they've brought that dimension, and really, even at training, there's players like Devon and Jaden are winners. Whether it's 2v2, 1v1, finishing, small-sided games, whatever it is, they want to win. And I think that mentality and that group that came through that Diski have really added. And obviously now the advantage is a lot of them are now getting the experience with over 50 caps for a number of those players. So that experience. Atten Corsi, obviously, being selected for Bafana, went to France. Jaden now with the AFCON. Ikram now traveling. So now, besides that youthful exuberance, the winning mentality, there's also the experience of different types of conditions and that. So what really amazed me of late of this team is they've just found a way not to lose. Found a way to play the circumstance and the situation like we had to on the weekend with the weather conditions. And hopefully, we can continue with that trend till the end of the season. But a lot of football to be played, but a nice cup competition. 2 games away from a final, so we've got to give it our best shot. SuperSport, obviously, a very tough opposition. We've played them. It'll be our 4th time this season, and it's all been really tight, close games. So I don't expect it to be anything different. So I do believe that just our mentality, desire, needs to just keep us on the winning sort of track. No, just Tabu Molaswani is suspended. Injuries, no. Jaden Adams and Junior Palace are carrying a little bit of niggles, but they trained full today, and I believe they'll be in line for selection for the weekend.